but even maybe declaring that kind of stuff is not beneficial for your business. One of the things about business I feel is that you need to just be educated, and you need to see how you thread anything about business or education or life into any area of business or education or life. That way you don't get caught up in this niche thing, because most people in now and network or in the online space, they want to be known or labeled as a specialty or as an authority, okay? And nobody's a true authority of anything, okay? What are you going to do? You know, one of the things about the attraction marketing thing is how many people you're going to attract if you declare helping network marketers. There's a bunch of people out here trying to help network marketers with things, okay? And that's another theory of that. You still got network marketers who are trained in the old school way of home meetings, house meetings, or whatever, okay? And to get them with this attraction marketing thing, they're saying, okay, but that's not what my upline says. Especially if you're not involved in that arena. A lot of times, these people are taught not to listen to people that are in their niche or their group or whatever. Okay. So, how are you, as a professional marketer, how are you going to attract those people when there's a half a dozen more people doing the same thing, say in health and wellness? What do you do? What are you going to bring to the table? Okay? What are you bringing to the table that's going to be beneficial out of all the other people that are trying to do the same thing? My point being is that you, as a marketer, are going to have to stand out. You can't sound like everybody else. You can't do everything with everybody else. What are you going to do to bring people to you, attract people? You're going to have to talk way out of pocket. I don't want to say untruth, but you're going to have to bring something uniquely to the table for somebody else to listen. There's a bunch of people in health and wellness. There's a bunch of people in network marketing. There's a bunch of people in a whole lot of these online things. What are you going to bring to the table that's different? Yes, there's competition. I hate when people say that, well, there's no competition. I'm going to go competition competition for myself. Well, that's fine. But there's still competition in business. In business, what do you bring uniquely to the table that people are going to listen to you? What are you going to bring? Okay? You can't sound like everybody else. You can't even do some of the things like everybody else. If you want people to bring or to do or to listen to anything you got to say. Sometimes you got to step on people's toes to make them listen. You got to hit people really emotionally, really what I'm saying. If you haven't learned to hit people emotionally, even if it pisses them off, you're not going to get them to listen. See, the only way you can piss people off, too, if they're listening to you. Think about that. See, if you're not pissing some people off, they ain't listening to you. Okay? They ain't hearing you, they ain't listening to you. The only reason why somebody will get pissed off about what you say is because you struck a nerve, you hit somewhere that struck a nerve. That's really the only reason why people will get pissed off at you, upset, or question, whatever. Okay? You struck a nerve. It's like if you question, sometimes if you question these guys who are so-called authority figures in affiliate marketing, attraction marketing, network marketing, or whatever space they're marketing in, and you bring up a question. This is what I've gotten in trouble with early on, and I still do it because I can't operate from the standpoint of what everybody else is operating from. Okay? Do it. There's too many people operating from that simple standpoint of how, like everybody else. It comes from the basis of duplication. They're saying you have to duplicate yourself in, like, what's duplicatable in network marketing, why people won't do certain things if it's not duplicatable. Well, everything can't be duplicatable. What's got to be done, the whole duplicating process is more spreading information. Okay? It's not totally duplicating. That's what we got to get away from. It's not really about duplicating as it is about educating. Okay? Educating the masses on what is possible. Educating the masses on what is out there available for you to do today. I'm going to see if I can change the lighting on this. Let me see. Can I? Oh, I guess I did. That's cool. Okay. That's what you got to understand in this space of online marketing, offline marketing. What is it that you have better to offer a certain clientele for them to even come to you, to listen to you, any of your live videos like I'm doing now, okay? Now, the obvious thing in all this is the tools that we use, okay? A lot of people say, well, why, using the tools. The tools, understand one thing, the tools, the internet, social media, the whole thing about all this is strictly about leverage, okay? The only thing I'm going to give you today to understand why I use the internet. Before, when you were in network marketing, you had to set up time meeting, take time out. Now, you can only talk to one person at a time when you're physically out spending a message. With social media, with video, the devices that we have, all this type of thing, you have the availability. You have the availability now to reach a bigger audience, for the simple fact, especially with Facebook, allows you to leverage a bigger audience, huger audience. Okay, this is what Facebook allows you to do. Okay, this is what all these tools, social media and everything. But my point being is, in using these leveraging tools, you got to have a message that's going to stand out amongst the crowd. Back in the day before social media, when it wasn't everybody on here or using video, you didn't have the competition. Now everybody's on here. Everybody's using this tool. Everybody's trying to get the attraction of an audience, okay? And if you don't have something uniquely, if you don't bring something uniquely to the platform, it is kind of hard to get people to listen to what you got to say, unless it's, it's got to be something that you notice that most people are not noticing. Like I did a video yesterday. We're talking about autoresponders, and we're talking about email lists. You got a lot of people talking about your list is your only thing that you own. Well, like I said in that video, well, when we talk about your list, we talk about from an autoresponder platform, and you don't own the autoresponder. You are renting it. The autoresponder, all social media software platforms are all running on the server. Unless you got running a server from your home, you don't own that. The only thing you do own is the list, the physical names and lists, but you don't own the platform where you delete this from. If you don't have that list backed up somewhere and that email listing software goes under or whatever, you shit out of luck. Then you lose all those names. You got to start over from scratch. So truly, when you hear people say the only thing you own is the list, question that and say, okay, where do you have that list at? If it's on that platform, you have a chance of losing it. It's like anything on YouTube. YouTube content you need to have saved on your hard drive or saved on some kind of thing to own that content and not depend on it being on any platform. Because once before, YouTube was crashing people's profile pages and people are losing a lot of stuff. So you got to have stuff backed up. My point is, with all this, make sure that anything that you do watch my whole thing, watch what other people are doing online. Okay? Watch and think about the content that they're presenting. Really think about it. And then decipher it, and find out what they're not saying and do the opposite, or use what they're saying and expand upon what they're saying from a standpoint of what they're not saying. Okay, that is the uniqueness that's going to bring you to the forefront of any niche, any authority in online marketing. Not just to be an online marketer. Who gives a shit? There's a bunch of us online now. So I'm gonna be honest with you, it's kind of probably getting a little bit of oversaturated. It's like there's a lot of people talking about using the attraction marketing towards network marketers because they have find out what their whole point of their whole hurting thing in their business is not having enough people to talk to. Okay. Now, the problem with that is most of these new network marketers are coming in, even the old ones are taught still old school network marketing. What are you going to bring to them